I definitely am a Zionist. I know a lot of people think that's contradictory to be not from anymore and to be a Zionist at the same time, but I don't see the contradiction because I'm not using the religious justification for it. I'm not saying the land is ours because God gave it to us. I'm saying the land is ours because it's ours historically and because we made it ours. I mean, it's not like the Jews randomly moved in. They bought the land. They bought the land at high prices from the Arabs. So if you buy the land and you start a country for yourself, what's the problem?
Why do you think people hate Jews?
Why do I think people hate Jews? Again, a question which I don't know if I have a good answer for. Wow. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense why people hate Jews. This is one of the few vestiges of, religion residing in my mind. Maybe that's true. Maybe there's a curse on us that, the nations will hate you. It's possible. I think that Jewish people are successful when they go places. Any country you go in, the Jews are the entrepreneurs and the scientists and the doctors and the lawyers, and they're not all, but I'm saying we're disproportionately wealthy and we're disproportionately educated and successful, and a lot of people see that and they think it's threatening. And because Jewish people are successful, that of course gets interpreted as influential. And so they say, oh, the Jews are wealthy and successful, they must be controlling the government, they must be controlling the banks, et cetera, et cetera. Some of it is religious. Some people, their religions tell them to hate the Jews. I mean, obviously, there's the view that Jews killed Jesus. That does it for millions of people. That's your answer right there for a lot of people. And some of it just can't be explained. I mean, maybe that's the religious part of me saying it. It's just not explained. It's just the way that the world works. And why do people hate black people? I mean, it's just, people will say, oh, well, this justification, that justification, sure, but, maybe it's true. It says so in the Bible. I mean, people are going to hate us, so that could be it. And there are some explanations, but like I said, it's not fully explicable because you can show all the facts to a white supremacist Jew hater, and they'll still hate Jews. You can prove them wrong, and they'll still hate Jews. So some hatred is rational, and some hatred is irrational. This is definitely an irrational hatred. Unless it's frummies, then you're allowed to hate them. then it's totally rational. No, I'm obviously joking, but it's irrational. I mean, what can I tell you? Why do people look? Why does anybody hate anybody? I mean, it does. People like to hate stuff. Everybody likes to hate stuff. I like to hate stuff. I mean, it's. I don't know. I'm glad I made you laugh finally. And I have to tell you, it's so funny because when I was talking to people and I said, oh my God, Luke Ford is going to interview me, and I'm so excited because he has an accent, and I love accents, and I hope he likes this interview. So, no, you have no idea. Any man who's from Australia or Britain or South Africa, I will gravitate to that man just so I can listen to him talk. I like it. It's a good. Don't let anybody make you sound American. Reject that person. Our accents are very boring. We're very boring and flat and nasal sounding. I'm very nasal, and everybody always says so, and it's so true. But I was at a conference once, a pro-Israel conference, and there was a guy there that was from South Africa, and I was just hanging on his every word. Even if he just said the word hello, the way he said the word hello, I was just like, oh my God, please talk to me. This is like verbal pornography right here. I mean, in my mind. So, it's very, very fun to talk to somebody who's not from this country because they speak differently, and I enjoy it. But which it also breaks the stereotype because when people think of frum Jews, they think of somebody with a Brooklyn accent, and then you meet frum people from other countries, from England or something, and they have a British accent, and it's kind of funny because it's like, wait a second, you're religious, you're supposed to talk like you're from New York. So, it's just kind of funny like that.
Have you tried non-Orthodox forms of Judaism, and how did you like them?
I have not tried them yet. I want to try them. I want to go to a conservative or a Reform shul and see what it's like.
You've never been to a conservative or a Reform shul?
No, I've been to them. I haven't been to an actual service in them. I've been to them many times. I've given speeches at them. I've gone to speeches at them. I know friends that attend them. I've never actually been to a service there. I have some hang-ups. I feel, it's so funny, I'm a rebel, but I feel weird going to a shul if there's no mechitza. If the men are not wearing kippahs, I feel very weird. If the women are not wearing skirts and relatively long sleeves, I feel very weird. I want to go and see what it's like, just to see, but I wouldn't want to go by myself because it would be like my first time going there and I want to go with somebody else. I would have to find somebody who is willing to go with me. And most of my Jewish friends are religious and they wouldn't go, or they're totally irreligious and they wouldn't go. So I probably want to go and see what it looks like, and I wanted to write about that because I really want to do that soon, but like I said, it makes me feel a little bit weird. I'm, raised Orthodox, and shul, there's supposed to be a mechitza, and the men are supposed to lead the services, and the women have to be dressed modestly, and there has to be a kiddush afterwards, and there's like a certain way of doing it, and anything outside of that makes me uncomfortable, and it shouldn't, because that's really not, how I am. I really try to be open-minded, but something about it bothers me.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's weird.
Have you made many friends from your blogging?
Yes, I have made many friends from my blogging, and that's actually, I should have said that to you when you asked me one of the things that I like about blogging. I've met so many people in person and through the internet. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm writing guest posts for people. I'm meeting people in person. There's a person who shops at my place of work. I work at a supermarket, and this must have been last fall, I think. I run the customer service desk, and he comes up to my desk, and we would talk, because he would shop every Friday, and he's from, and he was telling me, do you read any of the blogs? Because he was saying, I read all of the skeptic blogs, and I said, yeah, I'm one of them. And he said, which one? And I told him, and he said, oh my God, I read you every post. I read every single thing that you write. And ever since then, every week that he comes in, I give him updates if he hasn't, been reading in the past few days. And so, I actually have met people by accident who read my blog. I've met people on purpose who read my blog. I talk with the other bloggers. I write guest posts. They come to visit me, all that stuff. And so, it really puts you in touch with the world out there. It's not like living in your own world. When you blog, you're basically speaking to an international audience. Anybody can read what you have to say. And that's very scary, but it's also very cool at the same time, because I've got readers in Switzerland. I have readers in Africa. I have readers in Britain. I have readers in Israel, Canada, the United States, Australia, you name it. There's people reading me, and there's people reading you, and there's people reading Heshi, and every other blog. They're all reading it. So it's very, very cool. It's basically you're publishing yourself. Well, in my case, I'm publishing myself for free, and everybody gets to read what I have to say, and that is really, really cool. So, it's definitely a fun thing, and I have met a lot of people, a lot.
Is there anything that I should ask you that I haven't asked you?
You can ask me about you can give me the quiz. What are my favorites? Which do I prefer? I don't know. Should I just talk about myself right now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I used to be a drummer in high school. I prefer the Rolling Stones to the Beatles. Yes, that's blasphemy, I know. I will say something even more shocking. I do think the Beatles are slightly overrated. Slightly. Anything with a good beat I'll listen to. I really like drumming. I have a whole list of favorite drummers. What else? I really like to eat, and I'm addicted to ice cream. I went to my doctor and I said, Doc, I'm getting fat. What do I do? And he said, stop eating ice cream. It's one of the main food groups for me. My family has a pet greyhound. She's a retired racing greyhound who we rescued. She's sleeping on my floor right now. I'm watching her. What else? I enlisted in the United States Navy and was going to go in. I was going to be a nuclear engineer, but it didn't work out. What else? I mean, ask me about music. I mean, I don't know. That I could talk about for a long time.